Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we will look at a powerful function inside Microsoft Excel. It is called the VLOOKUP or vertical lookup. There is another one called the horizontal lookup or HLOOKUP as well. But we usually use the VLOOKUP function. If you want to use the HLOOKUP table, you will need another table that's wider in the horizontal direction. You may not have understood what I just said, but we will look into it and you will get an idea of what it's all about. Essentially, VLOOKUP is used to look up and compare data between tables and then take a specific action depending on the values that are returned. There are two different ways to implement this. You can use VLOOKUP to look up exact matches, or you can use it to look up approximate matches. Now let's take a look at this particular worksheet here. I got this worksheet from a Google search for VLOOKUP example worksheets because I was lazy. I didn't want to type it all up. I'm sorry about that. I have uploaded this to the resources section so that you can use it as well. If you take a look at this worksheet, you can probably understand what we're going to do. We have to fill in the reduction rate in this column by comparing the subtotal values to those in the reduction rate table over here. This table right here will be called the lookup table from now on. We can also use a table from another worksheet. That's fine too. So anyway, this is how it will work. The VLOOKUP function will compare the subtotal value with the values here in the left column of this table. And if the threshold hasn't reached, the value above it will apply. For example, the value in this column is, let's say, $9.99. So if that's the case, the reduction rate will be 2%. And if the value is something else, there will be an appropriate reduction percentage. Now, if you want to use HLOOKUP, as I had mentioned earlier, you need a table that's wide and horizontal. You can actually create such a table by copying the data from this table and pasting its transpose. For this, just drag to select the data, right-click and copy it. And now let's paste it right over here. Right-click, and instead of simply pasting, let's go through these paste options. We have different paste options here, and we also have a paste transpose option right over here. Click that, and we will have pasted a transpose of the lookup table. So I will now use the VLOOKUP function on this cell here. I am going to type in the VLOOKUP function in its correct format. Microsoft Excel will give you a hint on how to do it when you actually start typing it. Start typing equal to VLOOKUP, open bracket, the value that you want to look up. That's the first value that you have to type. So that will be this value over here, comma, the entire array of the lookup table, which is this selection that I am dragging. Also note that this selection will be used to fill in the values throughout this column here. So we have to make this an absolute selection. Otherwise, it will just keep on going, referencing blank cells below right over here. So press F4 to make it an absolute selection. Now, comma, the column of the lookup table that has the answers, which in this case is this column, and this column will be referenced as number 2 because it is the second column of the lookup table. Note that we're not referencing it as I. It's called 2 because, again, it is the second column of the lookup table. Now close the bracket and press Enter. If you have done this correctly, you will see the value 3%, or you will see 0.03, in which case just select that entire column and format it as a percentage column. So now in the adjacent column, total column, we will get the reduced values. So 3% is reduced from the subtotal here. So therefore this value will be 97% of this value. There is also a small caveat to this procedure. The left column of the lookup table must be sorted in ascending order. If not, whatever comes first will be applied and the data that you will get will be erroneous. Now to get the remaining values in this column, just click and drag to autofill the rest of the cells. And you can see that everything else will be filled in exactly as they should be. Try this out and be back for the next video. Thanks for watching.